hunter versus gatherer, it's also the whole conversation of introvert versus extrovert and why we need to stop trying to be, a different personality in our business. All right, we are live. How are you guys? This is one of my favorite things to kick off my week these days. It is Monday's Momentum one, and we are actually moving Monday Momentum to 11 next week because my kid's back to school. So let me know in the comment who else had their kid go back to school, either live or on the replay. Either way, let me know. And man, I am ready to get back on a schedule. Like, back to school is always like bittersweet. Summer is kind of over, but back to, a schedule is awesome. Now, and apparently everybody's crushing it with business because all of our conference rooms are full. So now you get to hang out with me in my really, really messy office, but oh well, right? All good. So let's see what we got. I think we have a cheat sheet for today. So if you have to bounce, make sure you drop the code Hunter down in the comment. And we want to make sure that you have the cheat sheet then sent to you right away. So today we're going to talk about hunters versus gatherers. And do me a favor, tag one of your friends because I really want to make sure I get the message out on this one, because it's not just hunter versus gatherer, it's also the whole conversation of introvert versus extrovert and why we need to stop trying to be, a different personality in our business. I always tell people, listen, I am a very big introvert. And they look at me and they're like, no, you're not. I'm like, yes, I am. I recharge with a good old book in peace and quiet. I'm a nature lover, right? Like that is me. So I want to really make sure you get the most out of today. Make sure you drop the cheat sheet, the keyword hunter down below. All right, Ace just dropped it in there. Thanks so much. And then we're gonna get going. So back to school. Woohoo! And with all of that, focus back on the business, which is awesome. Now, I want to talk a little bit about hunter versus gatherer because we have this, belief that all of us have one way to get to the destination. And that's just not true, right? If you want to get to Vegas, I'm in Chicago. So if you want to get to Vegas, go take a car, go take an airplane, go walk, right? Go run, go take the train. Whatever it is that you want to do, you can do in so many different ways. And I really want to make sure that you see that there's more than one solution, right? Maybe you're just ready for an extra deal a month. Maybe you're just ready for, a decent income where it actually becomes a real income to support you and your family. Maybe you're just ready for the next level growth. Whichever reason it is that you are saying, you know what, I need to really look at my business and figure out how can I make this business work for me? That's the important question. We don't want to say, how can we make me work for the business? Because you're going to be miserable. And we don't want you to be miserable. So let's grow the real estate business and have some fun on top of that, right? Yes. Awesome. So I want to make sure that we are diving right in. Hunters. Who are our hunters? Our hunters are obviously the ones that love the hunt for the lead. Our extroverts. Yes. Our extroverts are the ones that are saying, I'm going to go out there and I'm going to make it happen. And I'm going to have so many phone conversations. I'm going to knock on so many doors. And I'm going to, I'm going to do all of this outbound lead generation, AKA prospecting. And if you are aligning with this, let me know in the comments. If you are not aligning with that, that's okay. Because guess what? All of the things I just said, for me, that just sparked a wave of anxiety of like door knocking, cold calling, having 25 conversations a day. No. Okay. So if this is you, that's okay. Like, you don't have to be all things to everybody and you can still be successful, right? But our hunters, they love to go out there. They love to make sure that they are the ones who are like, yes, this is awesome. It's a thrill for the hunt, right? Back in the days, caveman comes home, right? And be like, yes, full of testosterone and adrenaline pumping. Not everybody's like that. And it's okay. It is okay. Are you with me on this one? Yes. Now, what else? Hunters are also the ones that are oftentimes wanting to see results fast, like that, right? Like we need to make sure that there are results. If there are no results happening with what we're doing, they're going to do what? They're going to likely move on really, really fast, in which case they're oftentimes missing out on an opportunity to convert. So believe me, you probably thought, I wish I was a hunter. I wish I was like, knocking on doors. I wish I would look for that adrenaline. But look at the downside of it as well. The downside of it being they move on so fast. They're not in it for the long run. How many of you guys have heard that it's so important right now to build relationships? Right? Relationship building, relationships over transactions. And as a hunter, many of them have a really hard time sticking with it for the long run. It's in, out, let's get the deal done, moving on to the next. Let me know if you agree or disagree. I would love to know, do you agree that somebody that's out on the hunt, that is door knocking, cold calling, lead generation in general in a prospecting kind of way, is oftentimes losing interest rather fast and will not follow up long term because they're on the hunt for the next thing? Let me know. Give me a heart, give me a like, a thumbs up, whichever one you think. So then let's turn our attention to our gatherers. Our gatherers. Yes, we are talking about especially geographic farming, because you guys know geographic farming is one of the ways I established myself rather quickly. I had no SOI, no family, friends of sorts. My mother-in-law has been a real estate agent, so my entire side of the husband's family was spoken for because I didn't want to make Thanksgiving dinners really awkward. And I had to learn how to either make friends or become somebody's agent because I wanted to help them. So I fell into geographic farming, and I am currently farming over 5,000 homes in 60192, and it's been the most amazing experience. So let's talk about it. The gatherers or farmers, we're a lot more focused on inbound marketing strategy. We want to really do lead gen in a way that is attracting business to us. And this is so, so cool. If I have conversations at scale via email marketing, via, Facebook groups, either way, if I have those conversations, people end up after the conversation saying, oh my gosh, I want to reach out to her. And then I start getting a DM. Hey, I'm wondering, we've been trying to figure out if we should sell now or in about a year. What do you think? And all of a sudden, the level of relationship just shifted. It's not like, oh, go away, you're on my front door, right? Like, I don't want to talk to you because I'm in the middle of dinner, or I'm like, I don't want to talk to you on the phone because I'm like, my kid's having a meltdown about the, piece of chocolate they can't have. It becomes a matter of seeking out a trusted advisor. And how many of you guys want to be trusted advisors versus salespeople, right? I know at the end of the day, we're salespeople, but I rather have the view of a trusted advisor than if I was just a salesperson, right? So as a gatherer, as a farmer, you're just looking more at the lead generation from an attraction marketing kind of standpoint, which is awesome. So when it comes to marketing, I was just starting to play around with some of our new business cards. And our business cards, they're not generic anymore. Our business cards are meant to attract leads to us, which is really, really awesome. So I'm excited for them to roll out. I'll make sure I'll drop a picture inside the Facebook group. But we are also here to make sure we play the long game. And are you prepared to play the long game for your business? So if you look at it, I am building a foundational business from the ground up. And let me tell you, sometimes building things from the ground up sucks. Like it really feels like you're in the middle of it, right? Pouring the foundation, it rains, you have to cover everything, you have to hold, right? But the foundation is so important that you cannot just move on because you're a gatherer, you're a farmer, you're like, that this is an important step in the process. So laying the foundation has become one of my absolute obsessions with systems, with tools. If I have somebody that comes into my world, I know from the long run, I'll be in their life for 2 to 3 years, almost on autopilot at this point. How many of you guys can look at their systems and say, if somebody says, hey there, I want to say, hey, Carol, I want to buy a house and I need to sell my current one. If you have a system in place that will take care of them for like 2 or 3 years and beyond, like, is this something that's there? Because a farmer or, somebody that gathers relationships will have something in place, because we're not just here to, work all the time. Remember, introvert, like to read, nature, all of that good stuff. So we like to make sure we are combining some of all the amazingness that is offered to us in today's world, automations, systems, and combine it with our long-term relationship love. We want to help people. At the end of the day, there's a difference, in my opinion, between salespeople and people that are actually real estate agents inside this group in particular. And the reason I say it is because everybody that identifies as a hyper local real estate agent, you guys get in the business because you're wanting to help people and you have a service mentality. And there's a big difference between a service mentality and a salesperson. Okay. So if I ask any of you guys, why do you do real estate? Because I love helping people, will be the number one answer that I see from so many of them. And that's because it's a service-based business, right? Helping others is a deed that we do for other people, which is why you are, as a hyper local agent, just killing it on that service aspect. So pat yourself on the back. This is really, really awesome. And now, playing the long game for some agents looks from the outside like we're crazy, right? You're like, oh my gosh, you sent 5,000 mailers and they're all going in the trash. I'm like, well, they're not all going in the trash. Let's start there. And yes, I'm playing the relationship game over the long run with mailers at scale for a fraction of the cost. But you really want to make sure that you differentiate which one are you. And this one was really like black and white, and maybe you're somewhere in between, right? But you want to build relationships for the long run, probably a gatherer. If you have service at heart over selling, you're probably a gatherer, right? If you enjoy attracting business to you a lot more than trying to like chase them down, be like, come here, buy a house, you're probably a gatherer. But if you do enjoy the hunt, you do get a kick out of the adrenaline rush of, picking up the phone one more time, knocking on that last door and just 10 more and just 5 more, and, whichever one it is, maybe you're a hunter. Maybe you want to see those results super, super fast. And you're like, if I don't have results, I'm going to move on with life. Maybe you're a hunter. So, think about it this way. And either way, both people will do business. Both people will survive the winter. Everybody's heard it. Winter is coming, right? You've seen the shift, whichever term you've heard out there. And it doesn't make a difference which one, as long as you do one thing, as a hunter or as a gatherer, which is hone your skills. Like, this is it. If you're a hunter, go out and hone that skill. If you're a gatherer, go out and hone that skill. Okay? Both of those are skill sets that will make you survive winter. And as long as you're going to be extra happy with where you're at in business, where you're at in life, and you align with everything that you are doing, it'll be great. So I hope this was helpful. Will you let me know in the comments if this was helpful? I know this one went a little bit off ways with, things, but introverts, extroverts, really finding who you are as a business owner is so important. And I got something really, really cool coming up for the next Monday one. So don't miss this one. It's going to be something spectacular. So hunter versus gatherer, happy Monday. And I cannot wait to chat with you next Monday at a different time, same place, 11 a.m.